spoke about this change going on in the mainstream media towards Starmer. And on this show, I've reported probably more than anyone else about his big secret, which involves the shape of his family and the fact that the mainstream media had been looking for this birth certificate, etc., etc. And in your Substack, Alex, you make the point that you know how the mainstream media works. You were head of media for UKIP, and your clear suggestion, but I'd love you to elaborate on this for me, but your clear suggestion is that you get a sense in Westminster that the mainstream media are potentially planning to turn on Starmer, and that could involve them dropping more stories that perhaps in the past they have covered up.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, people know what they've got in the bank, don't they? And I've spoken to various journalists who say, no, there is a story out there. For whatever reason, it's being ring fenced. I mean, normally there are deals with an editor about we get access to number 10, we get certain interviews, this won't be of public interest, we'll keep that a secret for you, in return for A, B, and C. But he's been attacking Nigel Farage on a personal level. He's starting to break some of the rules, some of the codes that editors say, well, listen, if you do this, we'll look after you. And so at some point, especially if he looks weak, especially if they sense there's going to be a change at the top, journalists very often like, if they see something a little bit unstable or teetering at an edge, they often like to give it a little push, just to sort of make sure that the story does come out. So let's see what happens with Starmer. I mean, I don't think he's going to be gone because I don't think there's a viable alternative. Now, people are saying to me that Angela Rayner's a very popular character within the party and people want to see her replace him. And I just think she's an utter buffoon. I mean, if Starmer's a dreadful communicator, that woman can
I think it's going to be Rayner, though, honestly, Alex. If you look at the statistics within Labour members, right? And obviously this is like the total opposite of where we stand, but within Labour members, it's like she is so popular. There is so much support for her. The second most popular cabinet minister amongst Labour members, who of course make the decision alongside the unions, Ed Miliband. Who are the least popular alongside, obviously, like Rachel Thieves and Starmer and Yvette Cooper for incompetence? Wes Streeting. And it's nothing to do with his competency. It's to do with where he stands, and he's on the right of the Labour Party. But okay, that's interesting, Alex. And sorry to push you on this, but what you were saying is you have spoken directly to mainstream media journalists who say there are these stories on Starmer. At the moment, they are parked, but potentially that could change if he is politically weakened.